Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Make sure you got your coffee this morning. We're gonna sip. I got some breaking news for those who may not have been up this morning catching what was going on the streets, or you wasn't up late last night or early this morning. There's a new development going around in the streets. All right, we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna make sure to remind everybody this morning to take your medications. Come on in the room. Good morning, Tracy's World. Good morning, Miss Coffee. Good morning, James. Good morning to all the cloud watchers up there in the sky getting ready to go about your day. Coming from your day, ending it or beginning it, either way. Okay, so first we're going to start out with Mr. Zentel's live yesterday. Then we're going to get to the breaking news, child. We're going to get to it. It's going to be the last thing we talk about. Okay, so Miss Intel had a live yesterday, and Miss Dimples popped up there, and she said that if she got a little upset with Shakim, she needs to speak to him because he said that Ness gives him morning wood when she does her morning get ready with me, right? He said that in the chat. That's what Dimples say. So she said, "Good morning, Mama Global." She said she needed to talk to Shakim. She said if Shakim and Ness did do anything in Vegas, she don't want none. She don't want to get none afterwards. She thinks that they did something in Vegas, and if she finds out it's true, she don't want none for Shakim. She said that her and Shakim need to have a conversation. That's what she said. And then Rodney came up there, you know what I'm saying? And oh no, Tulsa came up there. Yeah. And said something about she was saying that Rodney is trying to come between herself and Lemon, and that Rodney blocked Tulsa in Lemon's chat. Lady La and Uppity went at it again at Miss Pizarro's. Lady La said she ain't got a kid in school because they keep saying, she getting school supplies or begging for school supplies. And the chat was basically stating that they think that Miss Uppity is getting Lady La or people getting Lady La, mixed up with Miss Coolin. And then Tulsa said that Shakim, Lemon, and Tulsa are supposed to be meeting up in the ATL. And Miss Bizarro, she was like, you lying, Tulsa, you lying. And Lolo was supposed to be going, is what Tulsa said. I don't know about none of that. So Miss Lolo, if you in here, you can confirm or deny what was said. And then Jay Dunn got up there on Miss Pizarro's link and asked if Lemon is going to acknowledge what Ness said about him. Ness had stated that Lemon was Yag and he was using JC as a beard. And then Jay Dunn said she had asked Lemon if he told his mom, and Lemon said he'll only tell his mom if it's real. Like he don't want his mom, involved in nothing that has to do with YouTube, whatnot, right? So, that's where people are questioning, is it real or is it not? Because, the only time you tell your mama something or your daddy, if it's, for a fact it's gonna happen. And they are in the early stages of talking, right? And it's been confirmed that Lemon did not give JC his number because also, if you ain't watched Miss Tracy this morning, baby mama Brina did an interview with Miss Tracy, and she didn't even get the number. And Lemon said no comment when he was asked about that, right? But Dragons got his number, but Dragons and him got a different thing. And then somebody had stated that Krista had a text now number. Krista, people in Miss Tracy in the chat said Krista never said she had a text now number. And then somebody else in chat said she had asked for his number and Lemon told her that he lost his phone number. Lady Law said that Uppity's begging. She's not begging. Uppity said, you ain't got to lie to kick it to Miss Lady Law. And they was going back and forth over there on Miss Pizarro's. And then, we got they were talking about Mr. James Amos, who passed away, because, they always say that's Ness's twin. That's what, or, doppelganger or something. That's what Jay Dunn said. I ain't say that, but they say he passed away August 21st of 2024. So I wanted to, say a little prayer for him because he was an amazing actor. And then somebody in the chat was asking if JC and Lemon was going to do some OnlyFans content in time for Halloween. And P said that would be disturbing. Then somebody else in chat said, they basically talked about Miss Lovely Love and asking why people were making fun of JC for being in a relationship with a younger man when Miss Lovely Love and her husband are, Miss Lovely Love is 18 years older than her husband. And then somebody else saying that they've been searching for the OnlyFans and ain't found it yet. And they think she's lying. And I'm not exactly sure all of what Rodney did to Tulsa because she wanted to have a conversation with Mr. Rodney. And they didn't get to have that conversation because he didn't jump back up there. So I don't know what Tulsa was going to talk to Rodney about, but it never got talked to. And then somebody also said Dikembe Mutombo, he was a basketball player. He also passed away. Then 7 Stars came up there, and she said that Lemon's not admitting to it, which is basically the relationship. Lemon is swollen, and the picture 7 got was old pics. She said that he was on government assistance. Does he have what QB had? The baby mama Brina and Just Krista are beard material. 7 won't drag JC because she's down bad already, basically. Tracy told JC can't flirt no more. Oh yeah, she was up on panel. She told JC she couldn't flirt no more. And because she with Lemon now, and JC was like, I know. And they were doing that thing. That's what 7 brought up. Yes. 7 used to jump up on his panel. A lot of people thought they were trying to date there for a minute. VS. People thought, good morning, y'all coming in. People thought that at one time, 7 and I got that scoop too, Miss Annie. I know, I saw it. So that's what I was going to talk about last. That they were trying to be a thing at one time. They said that he was trying to be with K Fit at one time. And Miss Tracy went live this morning. All right. This is where the tea comes in. Oh, and also Jay Dunn did not bring BBW to the sector like people are saying. BBW was already here. Clear that up for Jay Dunn. So can't nobody, put that on her back. But she did kind of, helping to hook up with TC. That's all that Jay Dunn had said. And then baby mama Brina, y'all, is back on the scene. And I gotta tell y'all what happened, child. And if any of y'all that are a part of this story want to hit the link, you can to let me know, what your side is to it. But so far, this is what I got. Okay. So last night on Lemons, if you go to the very end of his live, he ended his live for baby mama Brina, right? And this morning on Miss Tracy's, she did an impromptu interview. It wasn't that long, so you have to catch it when Brina pops on. Her live from this morning. I think she may still be live. Yeah, she is. But she in the very beginning of it, just for a few minutes, interviewed baby mama Brina. And they were asking for Miss Krista, you know what I'm saying? And Miss Krista, if you're here and you want to say anything about this situation, you can, my platform is open. Baby mama Brina is talking to Lemon again. He never gave his number to no one. Brina has no issues with Just Krista. They're asking if Just Krista would give him a way to sort his feelings with Brina. Brina said she did not love Lemon this morning, but it was basically getting there. She likes Lemon a lot, right? Okay. And Tracy thinks that Lemon still has feelings for baby mama Brina, right? Miss Tracy said that he never pursued, she doesn't think, 7 stars, right? I don't know, 7, if you're in the clouds and you're watching, you can drop down and tell me or hit the link and let me know. And then Miss Paulette said that he did try to pursue K Fit, but she said that his pockets wasn't big enough or something like that. So we've got a new developing story in the beef sector that baby mama Brina is back and she's trying to get Lemon back. That she still has feelings for Lemon, that she misses Lemon, that they've always been talking behind the scenes. But neither one of them have his phone number. They were doing it through Discord. And that she just wanted to have his number. She don't like doing all that Discord stuff and stuff like that. So she wanted to talk to him, right? So that's a new breaking story that's developing right now. Lemon is not supposed to go live tonight, but he might just do it because of the situation. I'm not sure. He may wait a day, but he did end his live because of baby mama Brina. So, we're going to have to see what happens with that situation. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that the baby mama Brina situation is going to heat back up? They're going to start dragging her again, and there's a lot of controversy around baby mama Brina. What do y'all think? Hey, Shar, good morning. What do y'all think about the baby mama Brina situation? I mean, they supposedly talking back again. What happens to Just Krista now? Like, I don't know. What up, Mr. B?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty well. I have a thought about what you just mentioned. May I share it with you?
Yes, please.
He instructed her to drop down because there's a lot of pressure on him to come out as the gay man that many feel that he is. So he has no real relationship with this woman. She may care for him, or she may be even acting. He's going through great lengths to show that he's not gay. I think that's what this is about. And he used Queen Sanity. Definitely. It's a deflection to have him interested in women when it's really not. And the person that had met him, even though the person that met him, who could be, now that they've fallen out, you know who I'm talking about, Lip. She said when she first met him, he was zesty. Yeah, this is a deflection. I didn't hear what happened. I turned away. But I heard about what happened, and then I heard someone's opinion of it, that he's going through all of these lengths. He used Just Krista as a beard. He was using Queen Sanity as a beard. but he's not interested in them at all. This is all to deflect about his sexuality.
Do you think
Do
with
you
baby
think with
mama
baby mama
Brina
Brina
being back on the
being back on the
scene
scene
that this is going
that
to cause
this is
some
going to cause some
controversy?
controversy?
We'll see. We'll see. It's all a deflection to hide his sexuality, which is homosexual. Um, no one believes that his thing for just Krista is real. Just Krista may like him, but yeah, it's a new storyline. There you go. It's a new storyline. New storyline, but it's contrived. They have no relationship. They don't even have each other's phone number. Let's be for real. He's not interested in women at all. Black women protect gay men. That's for darn sure. That's for sure. They'll fight you tooth and nail over these gay dudes. They'll fight you tooth and nail. Then the gay dudes will insult you with gay insults. Unbelievable. I just experienced that. Yeah. It's a move for cash apps.
It's
And it
yeah.
also it also gets the attention off of him being an emotional basket case and breaking out and crying like that two times in a week. It gets the pressure off of that, and it also gets the pressure of producing his deceased brother that I don't feel exists. You know, we had a I really don't think he exists. And people, they're giving me pushback on that, but they don't have any proof. Any proof. And I don't think that's too much to ask. If you're collecting cash apps and super chats and getting sympathy for a person that's supposed to be deceased, is it too much to ask to produce the person? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't, but that's just
but
me.
that's just
If
me.
he's trying to
If he's
protect his
trying to protect his
identity,
identity,
but I accidentally
but I
doxed
accidentally
myself by
doxed
doing
myself
that.
by doing that.
I showed my
I showed my
sister's
sister's
GoFundMe that her
GoFundMe
husband
that
set
her
up.
husband set up.
But you're not a malicious person, so people aren't. I mean, he attacks the people that are on his own show regularly while he's drunk. You're very sober, and you're polite. You're polite. A little politeness, goes a long way. I guess it's that southern niceness.
Yeah, it's part of the
Part
fact of
of the
how I was
fact of how I
raised.
was raised.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And VS agrees with me. VS, I reached out to you yesterday. I don't know if you saw. I left a message in your chat. I can clear up or give the. I know the whole history of Diet, Sam, the mayor, everything. In fact, I'll give you a piece of it. I had known ZX maybe about for 10 days, 5 days, 4 or 5 days, and he was beefing with Sam and Diet so bad. He called me up one night. He said, "I'm going to go by there and shoot their house up." And I'd be like, "Man, I talk him down like I talk anybody down. Like, go, don't. Okay, you didn't see it." He's like, I'm like, "Don't go do no shit like that, man. Don't do that." He also told me one time he was so mad. It's the truth. I swear to God, it's the truth. I don't have a recording. I did have recordings. They fear me. I know the history with him and the mayor. The mayor was a flunky to someone who's a flunky. Imagine that. And he threatened to put an incendiary device on ZX's porch just out of an argument. And ZX had the law on him, Detective Kim. And the mayor was so scared, he made up with ZX and been kissing his butt for 4 years now. Been kissing his butt for 4 years. And I absolutely believe what you were saying because I know ZX. ZX is the type that will smile in your face and talk about you when you leave. I absolutely believe it. That absolutely fits his persona. That fits his character. But I know the whole story. And I know even more because I've interacted with them, and I'm beefing with them now. They used to be friendly with me, and I'd love to tell it. If you'd like to do it on your show, and I told you I put in the thing in the comments, like all I want is a bucket of KFC and a 6-pack. I'm just a simple old country boy. Some fried chicken and
of KFC.
yeah, a bucket of KFC might cost $50 now. KFC and chat. All I wanted was a bucket of KFC and some beer, and I'll tell you the whole story, and I'll tell you the story that they don't want you to know, which is the truth. There's a wicked history with all of them. You know, that Sam guy, he uses the name Caminiti, and he wants to fashion himself as this Italian, like 1% gangster. I don't know. You know what a 1%er is?
Yep, from the biker clubs.
Yeah, you know what it is, what it means, what it stands for.
I don't know exactly, but I do. I've been around the culture.
All right, those are the outlaws. Those are the gangster bikers. Those are the ones that live by a criminal code.
Yeah, they run and
you can't make money off the same, but it all intertwines. It all intertwines with ZX. It all intertwines with ZX and how nasty their beef was. And plus, it also gives me an opportunity to air them out in their bullshit because they've decided to become my enemies. And I really got a kick out of yesterday. I guess VS played a little bit of the tape, and she said what's happened, and ZX said she was lying, and then ZX did 2 hours of damage control. Sam came up there to do damage control, to do damage control. He called everybody's name out, called everything in the world. He's windmilling at that point. I was like, oh, he's desperate. He's desperate. You think I'll use my prep? Oh man, I don't know all your different thoughts. It's an idea. You can shoot it down. It's not that big of a deal. I'm going to say what I'm going to say anyway. I'm going to say what I'm going to say anyway. I don't need to hear recordings. I know I can tell that it's the truth. I can tell that it's the truth, and I don't know. I don't see it. He said a lot of things. Yeah, he needs someone to talk to. I can imagine him saying a lot of things. Why he decided to pick you to that shows he doesn't trust anybody that's on his team.
We're going to have to see what happens with that situation. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that the baby mama brings situation
some
kind of echo and play in the background?
I'm sorry. I played. Yeah, that's your show on my laptop.
Okay.
Let me close that. Well, that's all I wanted to share. There's a whole lot. There's a real wicked history there. So it is odd that they're all together, because Sam said something yesterday. It was funny. He said, yeah, me and ZX are both from the streets. They both have called the police and the FBI on each other. Yeah, they're pretty. Really? Oh, yeah, yes, really. Yes, really. The hate they had for each other was real. And very, very real. So, if I were them, okay, Sam and Diet, and I would have heard the ZX was talking about us after we left or whatever, I'd have been like, okay, whatever. They made a big deal out of it and called him because he reacts to her emotion, but yeah. Carry on with what you're doing. Lemon's hiding his sexuality. So it looks like he has situations going with all these different women. And you'll see none of them are any real situations. Going from one beard to the next. Catch you later.
Hi, Mr. Beasley. Thank you for coming up, Mr. Beasley. Big Man TV. All right, I got you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Big Man. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Big Man. Hope you have a good day today. Yeah, it's Big Man's birthday, so we're gonna celebrate good times. Come on. But yes, we were talking about the baby mama Brina situation, and she's back out on these streets, seeing what's going on with her. Miss Tracy did do a slight interview with her. Just Krista has not popped up on anybody's platform yet to say her thoughts on it. So, and Lemon hasn't really popped up anywhere after his live ended. So, if either of you in the clouds and you want to pop up and say what you want to say, my platform is open to you. I have no problems with anybody. So, I'm just saying, if you want to pop up and say what you got to say, if baby mama Brina's in the clouds and she wants to say what she got to say, she can. I'm wondering what's going to happen from this situation, right? Are we going to get more people? Because, there's a lot of people on the streets that don't like baby mama Brina. There is a lot of people on these streets that don't like her. There's a lot of people who think this relationship is fake. There's a lot of people who think that, what I've been seeing in the streets, that Lemon is looking for love in all the wrong places, that he shouldn't be dating people off of YouTube. So we're going to have to see how this develops and what this turns into, because me, myself, and I don't know. Like, I don't know where Lemon's head is at right now. Is he searching for something that may not be there? People are also bringing up the fact of, questioning Lemon's sexuality again. So we'll see where all this goes. I mean, me, myself, and I don't know unless he comes out and says it himself, right? I'm never going to try to say that anybody's one way or the other, right? Now, I will say my radar hasn't went off with Lemon, although it did go off with Shakim when I first met him. And I kind of like, it's just some of the things that Shakim was doing that made me believe that. It was something that I didn't see a lot of straight men jumping up on panels and dancing for cash apps. But hey, you never know. They can still do that. But I do hope that no matter what, just Krista, I don't want you hurt, sweetheart, if you see this. I know some people don't like you. They call you Auntie Bay or whatever. And I know that with all the situations you've been in, I hope that sincerely that this situation doesn't hurt you. I don't wish that for nobody, right? So with this situation, I'm hoping that, we figure out what's going on. Is he going to go back? The question is he going to go back to Brina? Is he going to stick with just Krista? Or is he just going to drop it all and just say, hey, I'm single. I'm ready to mingle. I'm not ready to be with anybody on these YouTube streets. What is going to happen? We don't know. Now, Shar, you're right about that. Hey, Creole, my sister from another mister. There is a lot of people that do not want to see her on his show every single night. That, there are people who just don't like her for their own personal reasons. Hey, Miss Muffy, I forgot to say good morning to you because Mr. Bealey was up here and he had a little echo and I was trying to stay muted so he could get his thoughts out. Caramel Bunny, good morning. Tiff, good morning. I'm trying to make sure I didn't go back and I didn't miss anybody. I did say good morning to Miss Annie. I know that for sure. VS, Miss Coffee, Mama Global, Tracy's. I said good morning. Okay. I was just making sure my Shar, I knew that he had an echo, so I was trying to stay muted so he could get his words out, As long as I stayed muted, y'all couldn't hear the echo, until that TV started or the laptop started going off with the live on it. But yeah, they, I wonder if people are going to come out and talk about baby mama Brina's baby daddies, or, the some of the stuff that she said in the past. I wonder if they're going to bring that up again. Because, there's a lot of people where she repeated something from somebody else, as what I gathered from the story is what she states, that she repeated something and it sounded racist to a lot of people, right? And so a lot of people don't like her because of that. They believed her to be a racist. So I wonder what that's going to cause again, because, he went through a lot with that situation, and a lot of people stopped going to his channel completely because of it. And I believe that's one of the reasons why he felt he needed to drop her, to tell you the truth. Good morning, Miss Tiva. I watched your live yesterday too, Miss Tiva, after I woke up from my nap. I fell asleep with you on there and then I rewatched it. So you got a couple of views and from me yesterday because I fell asleep, y'all. They got me, my medication ran out for like 2 or 3 days and I had to get it, a new prescription or whatnot. And I started taking it back. And it kind of made me sleepy yesterday, and then paying all those bills and dealing with all that. I just felt really tired yesterday. So I fell asleep after I came home, or tried to. And then you ever try to fall asleep and everybody and their mama trying to bother you, or my dogs wouldn't shut up. People was being like, I'm like, good Lord. And I can't keep my door shut. I try. My dogs will knock that door open. They do not like my door to be shut. They want to know where I'm at, when I'm at. I had to get me a little sip of my coffee, y'all. How's your good morning? Thank you, Miss Tiva. You know how much I love you. Oh, and Miss Tiva, if y'all don't know, if you become a member for her, that she's going to start doing this thing where the members get to go to the casino with her. And there's going to be like this drawing thing where, like, if she wins at the casino, you win. I think it's Friday. We have Duchess Kelly Love is doing a thing with his what's the next line? So it's like a singing competition, but not really. It's like, those shows where they sing the song and then cut it off and you have to say the next part of the song. So he's going to be doing that. And then Miss W's going to be doing her pumpkin carving competition soon. And then we have Lolo's gonna be doing her Halloween competition. Lady Nika's competition's coming up for that. So Lady Nika's, and then Creole Butterfly has her not this weekend, but next weekend. She has her Loaded Toast Challenge coming up. So I'm trying to make sure everybody knows about that. Good morning, T Royal. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody's competitions coming up or anything that they're talking about in their advertisements. But yeah, okay. So basically, if y'all go watch the end of Lemon's live, he ends it because Just Brina asked him to. So that's the thing. And then Brina came up on Miss Tracy's and was talking about she's not in love with Lemon like that. She likes Lemon. She wants to see where it's going to go. So we have to figure out now with that situation what's going to happen. We got a guest in the back. I don't know who this is. I'm gonna put my banner up. Good morning.
Blah, blah.
Hello.
Blah, blah.
Okay, so that was a person. Jess, you're authenticated through YouTube. I hope you know that. That was a troll named Jess, y'all. They were authenticated through YouTube, but I'm glad I put my banner up. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful out here in these streets. You make sure you use your banner at all times. At all times. I don't know why they were going blah blah. I guess they thought that was funny. Good morning, Miss LaKendra. Yeah. Good morning, Empress. Hey, howdy ho. I like that name. Howdy ho. It reminds me of from South Park, the little thing. Yeah, but anyway, howdy ho, how you doing? But yes, the baby mama Brina situation, I want to see, Lemon's not supposed to go to live tonight because he was supposed to take a day off for, Mr. Hanky. That's who I was trying to think of his name, Shar. But he's not supposed to go to live tonight, but with all this coming up, right? Do y'all think he's going to do a live night? I mean, I would. I mean, I know he needs the rest because his lives are extremely long. If I was him, I would at least do like an hour or two. You know what I'm saying? Because when the controversy is hot, you strike it while it's hot, right? Hey, Miss Cheese Mac. I'm going to say this. I love the fact that you are straight up country like me and we from the backwoods. But anyway, Yeah, so what is going to go down with the baby mama Brina situation? Are people going to be going after her again? Because, for a while there, they was bringing up her babies. They was bringing up her baby daddies. They had her criminal record out here. They had all that stuff about her, right? So I don't know what's going to happen. And anybody who wants to hit the link and tell me what you think, if you've seen the situation with the baby mama Brina, you can. If not, we'll move on. I was going to talk about, because yesterday I was busy, right? So I went over speaking of which, I was going to drop each channel that I was talking about today. So first, I'm going to drop, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to Miss Intel. That's who one of the things was. And that way I can, And then I'm going to drop Lemon's channel, so that if you want to go over there and see if any controversy goes on tonight, you may. I'm just dropping channels to make sure y'all are subscribed to the situation. And yes, if you didn't see, I'm also going to drop Miss Tracy's channel, because Miss Tracy actually did a slight interview this morning with baby mama Brina. It wasn't a huge interview, but it was. So I'm gonna drop Miss Tracy's. Okay. And Miss Annie, I'm gonna tell you, it's ramping up, because baby mama Brina said that, and Krista, basically Lemon's not giving out his phone number to nobody on these streets. He ain't giving him his real number. I think the only people that may have had his real number might have been Ness. I know that Dragons has it, because they cool like that. And I think the reason Ness may have his real numbers because of Vegas and whatnot. I don't know if he ever gave it to Shakim or not. I'm not sure on that one. But most people can only contact him through Instagram or through Discord. So he may still have it even then with other people through those streaming services, because at least he's being smart on one thing. I mean, because I think if some of those people would have had his phone number, they would have released it come Mad Day, right? So I don't think they got it. Miss Coffee got her out of here, Miss LaKendra. You're safe, you're fine. Please make sure you feel welcome over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so Tiff said it. He said Ness nor Shakim has his number. So he's being smart about not really giving his number out on these streets like that, because on Mad Day, you know what people do? They will, and they can reverse look up your phone number sometimes if you have your name and your number connected, and find out. They can find out a lot with your phone number, just to let you know. They can find out a lot based on that stuff, right? They can even sometimes find your where you from. You know what I'm saying? So you're smart about that, Lemon. If you're watching in the clouds and you're, getting ready for your day, you're smart about that. Now if you got a burner phone, don't worry about it too much. Most of the time it's not attached to a name or anything like that. Like if you got a little burner phone, don't worry about it. But if you got contract, be careful giving out your phone number. You see what I'm saying? It's called reverse people lookup. You can do it. Type in your own phone number in a Google search and see what comes up. That's the best way for anybody to do this. We were going to talk about inner safety one day. Look yourself up. Google yourself. It'll tell you what people can find about you. It'll tell you what is easy to find. But yeah, so Lemon ain't give nobody his number. They all contacted him through different services. Now, baby mama Brina said that she didn't want to have to deal with Discord all the time. That she just wanted him to give her a number so they could talk for real. She said she still got feelings for him. So we're going to see what happens. Lemon did end the live. I've never seen Lemon in the live like that. But, maybe he really wanted to talk to her. Hey, Miss Beverly, good morning. So we're going to see. He really did, y'all. He ended the live for her, which is something I don't think I've ever seen him just end a live for somebody before. But he did. So I'm like, ooh, Lemon. I'm telling. I do sometimes feel like that little kid that be on the schoolyard going, "Ooh, I'm telling." But yeah, so we're gonna see as the day progresses. Lemon's not supposed to go live tonight, but with this situation coming up, he might. Lemon, if you listen, and if I was you, I would strike while the iron is hot. But if you need your sleep, I totally understand it. It'll still be here tomorrow. Maybe let it amp up a little bit. You know, it's gonna bring you numbers up. Just saying. With what Krista did, it just brought your numbers up, didn't it? So Miss Krista, if you're out there and you're in these clouds, you can hit my link at any time, sweetheart. You know what I mean? Oh, and over there in the Mo 3 sector, they're having Brandon. I know that he was going at Mink Mob. He had a picture of her mama up. He had a picture of Aisha talking about, and Aisha talking about that she had a picture of him in a maid outfit or something. And I don't know. I thought at one time, I guess I missed the beef between Brandon and Mink, right? I thought they were cool. And then I come back and I'm like, so when did they start beefing? You know what I'm saying? I knew Aisha and Brandon had beef since STD Gate, right? I knew that. And then Lady Wu is woo banging all over the streets because of the situation with Kareem. Kareem has posted something on his wall stating that he had to run from her. And then I heard something about Lady Wu wiped her tail feather. That's the way I'm gonna say it, with a towel and something brown. That's what people are saying on the streets. Lady Wu said that was not true. You know what I'm saying? She went live on her platform. So, and DG went in last night. Oh, you know DG be getting them. DG be, I be watching him from the clouds sometimes. I just be sitting there. I be like, But if anybody has any more information on anything in the Mo 3 sector and you feel like hitting that link, it's pinned at the top. You can tell me all about it because, child, I missed some of that. I was trying to figure out when did all these like different people start beefing. Some of them I thought was cool with each other because, you know, at one time Mink would pop up on Brandon's page and they were cool at one time, right? So I was like, why did he start putting her mama out and all that? Which I know Aisha and Mink are cool, so maybe that's where it came from. But they all at war right now. They are. I have to catch up. I'm gonna tell you something. You missed 2 or 3 days over there. It's like missing a year or so. It's like over here. I don't know about that, Miss Annie. I'll shoot. Let me make that from YouTube, and I swear to God, I'm gonna be living in a mansion or something. I don't know. Shoot, putting stuff up in IRAs and become one of those rich folk. Don't let me do it. And then there was time out how Lady Wu was going around p-bombing people or showing her areas. And I'm like, woo, buddy, you know I love you, boo. Don't let people get you out your body like that. Don't do that. You better than that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know that you can roast, as you say, you roast, toast, and toe tag them or whatnot. But baby, you ain't gotta do all that. Don't let them get to you like that. Don't do it. Cause you know I love you, woo woo. Don't do that. Don't let them use you like that, baby. Don't let them get you out of body like that. You know what I'm saying? Ignore it. Do what you got to do. And Mrs. Kendra, yeah, I didn't hear about the tissue. I'm just gonna say this: I would not let nobody get me out of body enough to where I'm gonna come up there and show myself like in those lights, right? I'm not gonna do that because it's not worth it to me. I'm just wondering what's going to go down on these streets with all these situations. I know everybody's woo banging, scratching, fighting, popping each other in the head. What's going to happen with the baby mama Brina situation? What's going to happen on these streets for the next few hours? We're going to figure it out. We got to see what's going on. And tomorrow, I got to make an announcement. Tomorrow, my live is not going to be at 8:30 in the morning. I'm gonna have to change the time because my mom has a doctor's appointment in the morning at 9:45 a.m. So that means I'll have to leave the house in my normal live time, right? Almost. And I have to deal with some stuff with her doctor's office tomorrow. I have to take some paperwork up there for disability tag, you know what I'm saying? Because she's elderly or whatnot. And I have to take care of her, you know what I'm saying? And so she got to go to her toe doctor tomorrow. So I got to do that because, you know, she's diabetic. She got to make sure her feet's straight. So tomorrow I'll be doing that. I'll probably set it up as soon as I get home from the doctor's office with her. So I just wanted to make that announcement right quick because y'all know I don't like having a set time and then have people waiting on me, and I ain't doing all that. So I'm going to probably go live a little bit later in the day than I normally do just because of that. I'm not going to cancel the live completely. I'm just going to change the time for tomorrow, you know, and when things like that come up, I'll let y'all know because, you know, got to make sure I take care of the old peoples. You know, I've always done that for my parents, but I thought we would switch over since nobody else has got nothing else to say about those situations. Where we did go over the Harmony Montgomery case yesterday. You know, if anybody wants to come up and talk about it, I'm going to show a clip. They are still searching for her body. And this is as of 1 day ago. So I'm going to screen share that right quick. Where we're talking about this. Let me go ahead and play it.
That what he did plays over in his mind every single waking moment that he lives on this earth. And I hope that he never falls asleep without seeing her beautiful face.
Welcome back. This morning, we're shining a spotlight on the continued search for the remains of Harmony Montgomery. The 5-year-old disappeared back in 2019, and volunteers combed through the Rumney Marsh Reservation in Massachusetts on Saturday morning to try to find any signs of the child's remains. The search was organized by Harmony's biological mother, Crystal Sori, who spoke to NBC 10 Boston on why this particular area was key to explore.
This area is part of where he went in the U-Haul. They had, you know, cameras, and they tracked the mileage in the U-Haul that he went. And there's 23 miles that he went back and forth from the Tobin Bridge all the way out to here. So we are, that's why I chose this area, because I don't really think he would go into the marsh, you know what I mean? I think it'd be more like parking lot area, outskirts, you know, even like walking in and just chucking into the woods type thing. I think that he would choose a big area that's difficult, but also he was a lazy criminal, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that I'm on the right track. I'm trying to go with my intuition, you know, and this is where I felt it was important to start.
Yeah, he is a lazy criminal, as she said. Adam Montgomery, Harmony's father, convicted of murdering her. That conviction happening just recently, and he's serving prison probably for the rest of his life for all of his crimes. He's got some gun crimes as well, and he's been no help in finding his beautiful daughter. So will investigators, searchers ever be able to bring Harmony's remains home? Let's bring in a very special guest now. She's a retired juvenile court judge and the author of the book, A Cruel Injustice, about Harmony's case. The Honorable Carol Erskine is with us this morning. Good morning, Judge. Always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Good morning, Julie. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Just share with us first your thoughts, Judge, you know, just as a person, just watching on the news, seeing these search efforts going on for little Harmony, when you've got such close ties to this case, what's going through your mind?
Well, I think I'm happy to see that people aren't giving up on Harmony. You know, to have these searchers out there and to have people looking along the Rumney Marsh where Adam Montgomery likely disposed of Harmony's remains somewhere along there. It's good to see that people aren't giving up on Harmony, at least those folks. Unlike lawmakers in Massachusetts who essentially have given up by not even putting into legislation and enacting the Harmony Commission to investigate the case and what went wrong. At least there are people out there who haven't forgotten her. So I'm happy to see it, but I have to be honest and say that for this man who carried her remains around in trash bags and coolers, and then in the final tote bag, that I don't have a lot of hope that her remains will be found.
Right, Judge. And you put that really well. We heard the horrifying evidence in the case about how he was abusing little Harmony's corpse and trying to, make her disappear, essentially, with various means in the bathtub of one of the places where they were living. And as you said, to the tote bag, and we heard Harmony's biological mother reference the tote bag. There's been quite a bit of time that's passed as well. And we have the defendant, the monster's own statements. We got him on jail calls, essentially saying that investigators wasted their time. Let's go back and take a listen to some of what Adam Montgomery has said about the search for Harmony.
Have you heard yet? The top colleges have gone back to requiring test scores for
how outlandish they have to do their due diligence. Even like, there's a way to just read taxpayers' money, I guess. But just think about how much money that you're really spending after. So. I think we try to overstate, okay, I understand that,
Yeah, it's very clear, Judge, isn't it, that this guy, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And this is his beautiful daughter. It's a crying shame that he had custody of her. And you know so much about this. You presided over the adoption for Harmony's half-brother, Jameson. They share the same mother, Crystal Sorey, and Jameson, thank goodness, is living the best life ever with Blair and Jonathan Miller, and I know you're very close to them. And you got to see how, unfortunately, Harmony wasn't able to have the same chance at life because of Adam Montgomery asserting his parental rights. Would you talk to us a little bit about what you called this cruel injustice and how the system put her in this monster's hands?
Right. It was, as you listen to the phone call, you can really just hear the evil in his voice. And that's what makes me worry. The fact that he's mocking the searchers, it makes me worry that her remains won't be found. But what happened in Massachusetts was just a case of reckless indifference to the needs of Harmony throughout her time in DCF custody. They didn't meet her needs. And then, of course, the trial, if you want to call it a trial, which lasted about 6 hours, ending with custody to him, was really more like a pretense of a trial, as lawyers in the case each separately took the position, not the DCF lawyer, but the lawyers representing parents and Harmony, each separately had a position that Harmony should be with this man who only had seen her literally 20 times in her entire life. And when he saw her, he had to be monitored by a social worker. They wouldn't even let Harmony be with him alone during these 1 or 2 hour visits because they were so concerned about the fact that he hadn't really complied with most of the services. So it's an alarming story. And yes, I'm going to tell it very soon. But when you have a child who at 4 years of age is supposedly telling her lawyer that she wants to be with this man that she barely knew, as opposed to her mother, who she had been with at times, it's just a stunning story. And I'll tell you straight out, it's a story that Massachusetts lawmakers and governmental officials don't want me to tell. They don't want Blair and Jonathan to tell it. They don't want to hear their side of the story. And right now, the budget in Massachusetts has been approved by the governor, and our request to have a commission look at this has not been approved by lawmakers. So it's really distressing to know how Harmony was so mistreated in Massachusetts, so many mistakes, so many acts of reckless indifference, and still nothing. You know, they just want to put Harmony in the rearview mirror in Massachusetts. And it's a stunning story about just the neglect that she had to suffer at the hands of the Massachusetts child protection system. What I write about in the book is I have a chapter or a discussion called Expendable. And in my view, that's how they viewed Harmony in Massachusetts, as simply being expendable.
It is just, it's beyond heartbreaking. I think many of our viewers, you know, all around the world just fell in love with this precious child. And it's just such a shame that she didn't have a chance. She just never stood a chance for many of these reasons that you're citing, Judge. And we want to hear your story. We want to hear the story on Court TV when you release the book. Cannot wait to read it. And please, as you get closer to the release date, let us know, Judge. Come back on the show. We'll dig in deeper and hear some more of Harmony's story, because we certainly want to keep her memory alive. Judge Carol Erskine, you're the best. Thank you so much for your time this morning and your expertise. We'll see you soon.
So that's like one of the newest updates they have on that case. They're still to this day searching for her remains. The father will not tell, even though he's already been convicted. I'm guessing because, you know, he's trying to appeal. But it's sad that the child isn't getting her, you know, what she deserves, which is rest. And they've still not found the body. The family still doesn't have any retribution when it comes to that. The poor child went through heck. She was abused, you know, and they say the system failed her something serious, because they say that there was marks all over this child at different times. She would have black eyes, you know, and they gave her to him. Now, her brother was adopted and he's living his best life. And he misses his sister. That's what's been stated. So hopefully they do find her body. I have at the top there, I have it pinned, the, you know, link if anybody wants to go over this case or talk about the Just Krista situation, or any of that. I also have it pulled up. I thought that, you know, eventually we would go over the Long Island serial killer, Iller. You know, that they finally caught him. You know, they called him the Gigolo Beach the serial Iller, right? And they finally caught him after so many years, and it's just recent that they caught him. It wasn't but a few years ago, right? And his streak went on for a long time, like not just a little bit, for a while. But yeah, we have to watch what's going on in the beef sector when it comes to the baby mama Brina situation. But I don't know what's going to happen there until later this afternoon. You know, how many lives are going to get struck up, all this other stuff. So I'm not sure what's all going to go down there. You know, I don't know what's going to go on with Just Krista and him. You know, the podcast is also over. I'm not really going to get into that situation no more. But so, you know, I don't know what VS plans to do with that channel. Maybe she'll come out and tell us. Maybe she could have a podcast and have a different guest every week. You never know. But with the baby mama Brina situation, that's going to be something that's going to unfold today. I think that's going to be a new storyline. It's probably going to stay up for a little while. Some people were also stating with Just Krista that she went through a lot of heck. You know, a lot of people was downing her and cussing her and doing these things because she said she was talking to Lemon like that. So I don't know. But yeah, they did fail her, in my opinion, Miss LaKendra. That little girl did not deserve what happened to her, and it's really sad. that situation. Rest in peace, Miss Harmony Montgomery. Hopefully they'll find her body soon. Miss Lisa, once you red ball, if you would like, you can pop up here and say your piece. If you hear this, you know, at any time. But it is very unfortunate that there's a lot of children that go through this. Like, this is not the only child. Like, we could go through a Google search right now and it would pop up thousands, you know, but somebody in the chat has suggested this case. So I literally was like, I have it on the docket, you know, I'm going to put it up. And then I also am going to be looking, they're going to be doing the court hearing soon for the lady who put her husband in a suitcase and he basically passed away in the suitcase. They're going to be doing her court trial soon. So I'm going to be we're going to be covering that. That is true, Mama Global. And the system has failed so many children. It's so sad. Oh, I didn't know you started in the true crime sector, Miss LaKendra. That's pretty cool. That is actually pretty cool that you started in the, you know, I love spreading the word about different cases. I do find it very stimulating to do so. And I figured that, you know, when we have our mess, right? That's in the sector. We can also have like something that's a little different. Miss Ronnie IQ, she handles a lot of the news, a lot of the things going on with the president and stuff like that. Jay Wilson was actually covering the presidential debate yesterday afternoon. And then, you know, I was over there at Creole Butterfly and we were having just a good old time. And very Carrie, if you're in the clowns, I miss karaoke night. If y'all don't know that, occasionally Very Carrie does karaoke nights, and it's so much fun. The way that she does it is she'll play like the words across the screen, but if you play a song across a screen and put the volume up and you try to sing to it, it'll cut off your sound. So that the way she does it is that you play the song, either you do it a cappella or you play the music from your side so that it doesn't cut out your voice. And it's really cool. And we have a lot of fun. And Hypnotic Touch, y'all, if y'all don't know, she can sing. She can sing. But we just go over there to have fun, you know. We're not doing it to, you know, I love that about this sector is that we have our mess, but then we have our fun too, right? I love that. Miss LaKendra, whenever you get ready to start that, just let me know and I'll make sure I share it out, because I think that you do have a really good opinionated soul, and I think that you could help a lot of people. And I think that's something you should do, Miss LaKendra. I think you should, you know, do with your channel what you will. Just because you're over here doesn't mean that you have to do the content, right? Like, we have a lot of content creators over here who don't necessarily do that content. Also, shout out to Hazel Diane Boo. Whenever you want to do that movie review, just let me know. Just Blaze. We were talking about doing a mental awareness live. Whenever you want to do it, just let me know. We'll get together and figure out what time everybody's free for those things. You can hit me up on my community wall. You can also hit me up in, you know, I think you can see it. I'm not sure if you can. My email address is attached to my channel, so it's you know, if you want to email me, that's fine. If you catch me on the streets, you can tell me about it, because you know I'll be trying to be everywhere. I know that we do that a lot, but yes, I was going to go ahead and go over to I'm going to present the New York one, because I've been meaning to do that one. My fiance is actually from Long Island, right? So I drove by that beach countless times before they ever caught him. I'm like, oh, child, I was up there before they caught him. So we also have, I'm going to share this, the Gigolo Beach Serial Killer. The Gigolo Beach Serial Killer was a series of murders spanning from from 1990s until the 2011. Many of the victims' remains were found over a period of months in 2010 and 2011, during a police search of the area along Ocean Parkway near the remote beach town of Gigolo in Suffolk County, New York. The search was prompted by the disappearance of Shannon Gilbert, who, like many of the known victims, was an escort who advertised on Craigslist. The perpetrator in the case, known as the Long Island serial killer, the Manorville butcher, or the Craigslist ripper. The remains of 4 victims, designated the Gigolo 4, were found within a quarter of a mile of each other near Gigolo Beach in December of 2010. 6 more sets of remains were found in March and April of 2011 in Suffolk and Nassau counties. I know I just said that wrong because I've been there. Police believe the later sets of remains predate the 4 bodies found in December of 2010. Gilbert's remains were found a year after the remains of the Gigolo 4 were discovered, approximately 9 miles from where the 10 sets of remains have been found. Authorities believe Gilbert became lost in the marshland and died either from exposure or accidental drowning. As of June 6, 2024, Rex Heuermann, a Manhattan architect and resident of Massapequa Park on Long Island, has been charged in the murders of 6 women, each of the Gigolo 4 victims: Megan Waterman, Melissa Bartholomew, Amber Costello, and Maureen Bernard Barnes, as well as Jessica Taylor and Sandra Costello. According to the indictment, Heuermann, I can't hardly say his name, is under investigation for the 2000 death of Valerie Mack. The investigation was prompted by the search for Shannon Gilbert, a 24-year-old woman who disappeared in the area in March of 2010 after fleeing from a client's home. Human remains were discovered by the side of the Ocean Park in Oak Beach on December 11, 2010. Gilbert's disappeared after making a 23-minute-long emergency call to 911 saying, "They are trying to kill me." A month after her disappearance, the Suffolk County Police Department's Missing Persons Bureau asked Officer John Mela to search for Gilbert with his trained cadaver dog, a German Shepherd named Blue. Over the course of the summer 2010, Melia unsuccessfully searched the gated beach community where Gilbert was last seen. Melia, I don't know how to say his name, made a new attempt to a search on December 11th, 2010, staying close to the shoulder of the parkway. The officer based his choice on search area on FBI data indicating that dump bodies are frequently found close to roadways. Despite thick vegetation and a light layer of snow, Maila's cadaver dog alerted to a scent which the pair tracked to a skeleton wrapped in disintegrated burlap. The remains were later identified as Melissa Bartholomew. Police discovered 3 additional bodies while searching the scene for further evidence. The bodies of 4 victims, Maureen Bernard Barnes, Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello, were found approximately 500 feet from each other. In March of 2011, partial remains of Jessica Taylor were found along the Ocean Parkway. 8 years earlier, in 2003, other parts of Taylor's remains had been found in Manorville, a town in Suffolk County. The next month, in April of 2011, police discovered 3 additional sets of remains: an unidentified female toddler, an unidentified Asian person, and Valerie Mack, partial remains of whom, like those of Jessica Taylor, had been found in Manorville years earlier in November of 2000. 2 more bodies were found in Nassau County. Karen Variegat, whose partial remains had previously been found on Fire Island in 1996, and an unidentified woman with a distinctive tattoo of peaches, who was later found to be the mother of the unidentified toddler found in Suffolk County. On May 9, 2011, police speculated that because of similarities in the case, Valerie Mack, who at the time was unidentified, and Jessica Taylor may have been murdered by a separate killer. On November 29, 2011, police announced that they believed one person to be responsible for all 10 murders, that the perpetrator is most certainly from Long Island. The serial killer theory stems from common characteristics between the condition of the remains and forensic evidence related to the bodies. In June 2011, Suffolk County Police announced a $25,000 reward for information leading to the arrest in the Long Island murders. Shannon Gilbert's remains were located in Oak Beach in December of 2011, 19 months after her disappearance. The cause of her death is contested. In June 2024, Rex Heuermann was charged with the 1993 murder of Sandra Costello, whose case had not previously been linked with the Gigolo Beach murders. With this event, the timeline of the case reached back to the early 1990s, much further than previously thought by police. On December the 10th, 2015, Suffolk County Police Commissioner Tim Sinney announced that the FBI had officially joined the investigation. The announcement came one day after former police chief James Burke was indicted for civil rights violations and conspiracy. Burke, who resigned from the department in October 2015, was reported to have blocked FBI involvement in the Gigolo Beach case for years. The FBI had previously assisted in the search for victims, but had never officially been a part of the investigation. In November of 2016, Burke was sentenced to 46 months in federal prison for assault and conspiracy. There were considerable other interagency frictions and failures to cooperate in law enforcement that hindered the investigation over the years. In 2020, release of evidence to the public. On January the 16th, 2020, Suffolk County Police Commissioner Geraldine Hart released images of a belt found at the crime scene with the letters HM or WH, depending on the orientation of the belt, embossed in black letters. The belt had been found during the initial investigation near Ocean Parkway in Gigolo Beach. Police believed that the belt was handled by the perpetrator and that it had not belonged to any of the victims. The police revealed few details about the belt's evidentiary value and would not comment on exactly where it had been found. It was also announced that new scientific evidence was being used in the investigation and that they had launched gigolonews.com, a website enabling the department to share news and receive tips regarding the investigation. Identifications of remains through genealogy. In June 2018, a proposal was made to use genealogy to identify the unidentified victims and possibly the killer in the Gigolo Beach case. On May 28, 2020, Jane Doe number 6 was identified as Valerie Mack, who also went by the name of Melissa Taylor. On August 4th, 2023, Jane Doe number 7 was revealed to be Karen Vergata, whose identity has been established during 2022. Suspect. In July of 2023, Rex Andrew Heuermann, a 59-year-old Nassau County resident, was arrested in Midtown Manhattan, subsequently charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, as well as 3 counts of the lesser charge of second-degree murder, related to the deaths of Melissa Bethany, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello. He was also named as the prime suspect in the death of Maureen Bernard Barnes and was subsequently charged with her murder in January of 2024. On June 6, 2024, Heuermann was arraigned. Heuermann, I got to get that name right, y'all, and charged with the murders of Jessica Taylor and Sandra Costello. Costello's murder had not previously been linked to the Gigolo Beach killings. Heuermann has pled not guilty on all accounts. According to his indictment, Heuermann is under investigation in the 2000 death of Valerie Mack. Heuermann is an architect and has lived much of his life in Massapequa Park on the south shore of Long Island. In the interview on YouTube. Huberman stated he has worked in Manhattan since 1987. Authorities began to seriously consider Huberman as a suspect in March of 2022 after discovering that a Chevrolet Avalanche vehicle registered in his name had been linked to one of the killings by a witness. According to investigators, Huberman's cell phone records indicated that he had been in contact with 3 of the 4 victims, and an email account linked to him had been used to conduct online searches of the investigation's progress. Court records also indicated that he had searched the internet for sadistic materials, child pee, and images of the victims and their relatives. Mitochondrial DNA testing indicated a potential match between a sample of Huberman's DNA gleaned from a pizza crust he had discarded and a hair found on a burlap in which one of the victims was wrapped. A potential match to Huberman's wife was also found when comparing hair found on or near 3 of the victims to samples taken from bottles found in the trash outside of Huberman's residence. Investigators have stated that Huberman's wife and children were out of state each time the killings are believed to have occurred. Person of interest. On September the 12th, 2017, Suffolk County Prosecutor Robert Benevicelli, Biancavelli, I don't know, said that John Bitroff, a Suffolk County resident convicted of murdering 2 sex workers and suspected in the murder of 3rd, may have committed some of the Gigolo Beach murders. Biancavelli said that Bitroff had likely responded for the deaths of other women, and there were similarities between the Gigolo Beach crime scenes and Bitroff's known murders, for which he was convicted in May of 2017 and sentenced in September. Bitroff was arrested in 2014 after his DNA was found on the bodies of 2 murder victims, Rita Tangrid and Colleen McNamee. Those bodies were found in 1993 and 1994, respectively. The match had been made through DNA submitted by his brother, who was convicted in 2013 on an unrelated case. Bitroff was convicted in May of 2017 on these murders in a September, sentenced consecutive terms of 25 years for each murder. The Suffolk County Police did not comment on the prosecutor's statements due to active homicide investigations of the Gigolo Beach murders. Bitroff's attorney rejected the prosecutor's assertions. So, there's a lot going on with that case. So here's my thing about it. Thank you for Film at Sea. Welcome. Hey, Miss Lisa. I'm trying to make sure I say hey to everybody. Hey, Conscious Energy. But yes, this case is actually pretty long. I'm going to read the rest here about the actual victims themselves. The Gigolo 4s, what they call them. Maureen Bernard Barnes was 25 when she disappeared. Okay. She was last seen on July 9, 2007, saying that she had planned to spend the day in New York City. She was never seen again. Worked as a seasonal telemarketer and turned into a ex-worker when unable to find other employment. Bernard Barnes, a mother of 2, worked as an ex-worker via Craigslist to pay the mortgage on her house. She had been out of the ex industry for 7 months, but had returned to the work in order to pay her bills after receiving an eviction notice. Her body was found in December of 2010. Bernard Barnes was found restrained with 3 leather belts, one of which was found with the DNA of suspect Rex Huberman's wife. Shortly after her disappearance, a friend of Bernard Barnes, Sarah Carnes, received a phone call from a man on an unfamiliar number. The man claimed that he had just seen Bernard Barnes and that she was alive and staying at a whorehouse in Queens. He refused to identify himself and could not tell Carnes the location of the house. He told Carnes he would call back and give her the address, but never called again. Carnes said the man had no discernible regional accent. At the time of her disappearance, Bernard Barnes was working at a Super 8 motel in Manhattan on the night of July 9th, 2007. She called a friend in Connecticut and told her that she was planning on meeting a client outside of the motel. Like many of the victims, Bernard Barnes was very petite, standing at 4'11" tall and only 105 pounds. Bernard Barnes left behind a 7-year-old daughter at the time of her death. Melissa Bartholomew, 24, of Erie County, New York, went missing on July 12, 2009. She had been living in the Bronx in New York and working as an ex-worker through Craigslist. Bartholomew was known to use the alias Chloe. On the night she went missing, she met with a client, deposited $900 in her bank account, and attempted to call an old boyfriend but did not get through. Beginning 1 week later and lasting for 5 weeks, her 15-year-old sister, Amanda, received a series of vulgar, mocking, and insulting calls from a man whom may have been the Iller using Melissa Bartholomew's cell phone. The caller asked if Amanda was a whore like her sister. The calls became increasingly disturbingly and eventually culminated in the caller telling Amanda that her sister was dead and that he was going to watch her rot. Police traced some of the calls to Madison Square Garden, Midtown Manhattan, and Massapequa, but were unable to determine who was making them. Bartholomew's mother noted that there were a lot of calls to Manorville from her daughter's phone around the time of her disappearance. Bartholomew was 4'10" tall and 95 pounds. Bartholomew's remains were the first to be found in the search for Shannon Gilbert. Megan Waterman, 22, of South Portland, Maine, went missing on June 6, 2010, after placing advertisements on Craigslist as an escort. The previous day, she had been told her 20-year-old boyfriend that she was going out and would call him later. At the time of her disappearance, she was staying in a motel in Hapapog, New York. I always mess that one up. My fiance makes funny for that one. 15 miles northeast of Gigolo Beach. Her body was recovered in December of 2010. Waterman was a mother of one and had become a victim of sex trafficking by her boyfriend. Waterman's pimp was arrested on ex-trafficking charges April 11, 2012, but not thought to be connected to the disappearance or the deaths. Waterman was 5'5", and Waterman was reported missing by her family members on June 8, 2010, after uncharacteristically failing to check in on her 3-year-old daughter who had been left in their care. Amber Costello, 27, of West Babylon, New York, a small town 10 miles north of Gigolo Beach, was an ex-worker and a heroin user who went missing on September the 2nd, 2010. That night, she reportedly went to meet a stranger who had called her several times and offered $1,500 for her services. Witness connected to Costello gave descriptions of the unknown client, which were later noted for the similarity to Rex Heuermann, as well as describing the Chevrolet Avalanche he drove, which more than a decade later prompted the investigation into Rex Heuermann as a possible suspect. Born in Charlotte and raised in Wilmington, North Carolina, Costello was living in West Babylon with several other heroin addicts when she disappeared. Her family believed that she was in a residential drug rehabilitation center, and so she was not immediately reported missing when she stopped responding to messages and phone calls. Prior to moving to West Babylon, Costello had been living with her second husband in Clearwater, Florida, and was working as a waitress. A strong student, Costello's drug addiction began when she was a teenager. She had been sexually assaulted by a neighbor when she was 6 years old. Costello was 4'11" and weighed approximately 100 pounds. Additional 6 victims discovered in March. They had 4 more sets of remains discovered in March and April. All the remains were found in another area of the parkway near Oak Beach and Gigolo Beach, within 2 miles and east of those in December 2010. The newly discovered victims were Jessica Taylor, Valerie Mack, an unidentified woman, Jane Doe number 3, or Peaches, and an unidentified toddler who was the daughter of Peaches. Suffolk police subsequently expanded the search area up to Nassau County border looking for more victims. Two further sets of remains were discovered on April 11, 2011. After the search expanded into Nassau County, they were found about 1 mile apart, approximately 5 miles west, found in December. On the set of remains belonging to a victim now thought to be a transgendered woman designated Asian male. Police said that the victims had been dead for between 5 and 10 years. The other remains of those of Jane Doe number 7, those whose partial remains have been discovered on Fire Island. It really bothers me myself about Baby Doe, because Jane Doe or Peaches on June 28, 1997, the dismembered torso of an unidentified young African American woman was found on Hempstead Lake State Park in the town of Lakeview, New York. The torso was found in a green plastic Rubbermaid container, which was dumped next to the road along the west side of Lake. Investigators reported that the victim had a tattoo on her left breast of a heart-shaped peach with a bite out of it and 2 drips falling from its core. On April 11, 2001, police in Nassau County discovered the dismembered skeleton human remains inside a plastic bag near Jones Beach State Park. The victim was dubbed Jane Doe number 3. In December of 2016, Peaches and Jane Doe number 3 were positively identified through DNA testing as being the same person. DNA analysis also identified Peaches as the mother of Baby Doe. She was found wearing gold jewelry similar to that of her daughter. Baby Doe, a third set of remains, the skeleton of a female toddler between 16 and 24 months of age, or by another count 1 to 4 years of age, was found April 4, 2011, about 250 feet away from the partial remains of Valerie Mack. The body was wrapped in a blanket and showed no visible signs of trauma. DNA testing determined that the child's mother was Jane Doe number 3, whose body was found 10 miles west near Jones Beach State Park. The toddler was wearing gold earrings and a gold necklace. The body of a young Asian male who died from blunt force trauma was also discovered on April 4th at Gigolo Beach, very close to where the 4 sets of remains had been discovered in 2010. The victim was found wearing women's clothing and may have been transgender woman. The victim was between 17 to 23 years of age, 5'6" approximately in height, missing 4 teeth, and may have had a muscular skeletal disorder which could affect gait. The victim had been dead between 5 and 10 years. A male presenting composite sketch of the victim was released by police in September 2011, and a female presenting rendering was released in September 2024. So that's a lot. There's actually more to that case. That's actually a very big case that went down. So hey to Hood Table, good morning. I thought that we would go over that case a little bit. There's more to that case. That's a very long case, right? And they've linked some of the killings together. Some of them they have not. So that's a very long one. But they have caught him. I don't think he's been convicted yet. I'd actually need to look at that. Let me see. Let's see if he's been convicted. Okay, it says it right here. The one guy, Vitroloff, was found guilty of some of them, and he, got second-degree murder. But I don't know if Rex has been convicted yet. He faces charges. Let's see. That was in 2011, so he should have already had his case. He was initially arrested in 2023. I need to find out when his case even went up for because they're still doing investigation right now. In January, Brown told reporters the former New York architect Let's see. He was arrested in July of 2023. Oh, and less than a week after Humerman's arrest, his wife filed for divorce, but she has since said she does not believe Humerman is capable of the alleged crimes. In January, Brown told reporters the former New York architect claimed he is not guilty of these charges and looks forward to fighting the case. We are not near the end of the investigation, law enforcement sources say. Tyranny announced Thursday that the investigators have discovered that a plethora of new evidence at Humerman's Massapequa Park house, including cameras, computers, hard drives, cell phones, and other devices. Detectives believe, based on offender characteristics of serial killers, there may have been more alleged illings, according to official. In most of these cases, a serial iller does not start illing in his 40s. So they're not near the end of the investigation yet. So far, I do not see that he has. There's a trove of new evidence released as of January 16th, 2024. I have not seen. Yeah, so we have to wait for that one, I think, because I don't think I see a conviction yet. So. Oh, his court date appearance is October the 16th. So it hasn't been set yet. That's what I was looking into. I didn't see that he has his court cases there yet, but I do see that they are uncovering a bunch of new evidence. So when that one comes out, and also we'll watch that court case when it comes out, and when the one about the lady in Florida who put her husband, that one's actually supposed to be coming out this month too, in the suitcase. But yeah, the hood table, did you hear about what had happened with Just Krista and Lemon and them? Ooh, child. I'm gonna start pulling out my Miss Paulette voice and my Tracy voice. Ooh, child. Yeah, there's gonna be a new development on that too. So we gotta watch out for all these things. What's gonna be happening with Just Krista and Lemon. If anybody wants to pop up for the last few minutes, give your piece. The link is pinned at the top. If not, soon I'm going to end it, but we will be going over when he has his appearance. The Long Island dude, we're going to be watching his case when it comes up. The hood table girl, let me tell you something. Last night while you was asleep, right? You was asleep. Baby mama Brina popped up on Lemons and he ended it live for her, right? And then this morning, Miss Tracy, she did a whole interview with baby mama Brina. And baby mama Brina says she coming back. She coming back for Lemon. And I don't know where that leaves Just Krista, but baby mama Brina says she ain't got no problem with Just Krista. So I don't even know where they all stand right now or what's going to happen. But this gonna be a good one, child. That drama gonna ramp up. Now, Lemon ain't supposed to go live tonight, but he might, girl. Yeah. So Miss Tracy over there, she had a whole little interview with her and stuff this morning, and ain't nobody got Lemon's cell phone number. Ain't nobody on the streets got it. He ain't getting nobody his number. They all talk to him through either Instagram or Discord or something. But ooh, she did. She asked him, "Hey, Robzilla, what's up?" I know, right, Miss Lisa J. There's so many other stories too to in real life to cover. So sometimes I like to cover real life and a little bit of the mess on the streets. A little bit of mess on the streets. But yeah, I can't wait. And then Big Rig, if you in the clouds, when you gonna go your butt live? Don't keep telling us that. Now politics most of the time are covered by Miss Ronnie Q in the morning. She covers that a lot. Now Pastor Jay Wilson was covering the presidential debate yesterday afternoon, but yeah, Miss Ronnie IQ, she handles the politics most of the time. She really do. I don't know the hood table. They saying that baby mama Brina and Lemon gonna be back talking, and that they could possibly go try to date. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see what happened, child. That's all I know. I don't think Lemon gonna lie tonight, but if he does, we gonna see if baby mama Brenda gonna pop up on his link and just Krista and how they're gonna interact with each other. Is Krista okay? We don't know. We ain't seen her. She may be asleep. You know, I want to know what her happened was. What her happened was. Let me know. I want to know. I know everybody else does too. Thank you, Lisa J. I'm going over here and I'm going to make sure that I readjust this to see all who is live. Okay. So right now, I'm going to do the thing that I always do before I end the show. Now, I'm going to shout this out to the hootie hoo. Just Krista, if you would like to come on my show, if anything goes down, clear your name, you can. If you don't want to do it today, you want to do it another day, you can. Lemon, same thing for you. Same thing for you, baby mama Brina. I'm an equal opportunity. If y'all all want to get on the same panel and actually have a conversation, we can do that. If you don't, I also understand that. Just giving a hootie hoo, that's just the kind of person I am. The hood table is really not a whole lot. It's really not. That's the big storyline right now. Hey, enlightened, Illuma. That's what I'm gonna call you, Illumina. It's like the Illuminati. Thank you, Miss Daisy, for catching the replay. But yeah, I'm going to check to see who's live. Because I always do that, and I try to give a shout outs to every person that's live. So, you may like one person I shout out, may not like the other. That way, everybody who's live. So right now we have Miss Dovey, Ness is live, Jackie O the baddest from the Mo3 sector, Law and Crime Network has a live, The Truth Enterprise, Cam the Trucker, Rico the Sleaze, Big Super, which is also Jackie. Let me make sure I ain't missing nothing, because the other day when I was trying to, because these are, trying to look, see who's all live, and I hope I don't miss anybody, but that's what it's stating right now. Also, if y'all haven't been watching the Hood Table, I know you've been. Oh, hold on, we got a guest. Let me see who this is. Let me make sure I have my thing. Hey, Lo. Hello. How you doing today? You having some kind of problem with your sound over there?
What's up?
Oh, what's up? How you doing? I don't know what's going on with your sound. It's crackling.
Nobody
I can't hear you, sir. Your sound's
can't hear
messing
me?
up. Oh, there you go. I was like, I didn't know who it was.
Nah, that's me, bro. This Illuminegro, my bad. What's good?
Oh, you good?
I
You good?
couldn't hear you, you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, we was having a hearing issue. I had a troll come
Yeah,
up
it's all
earlier. I
good.
was
It's
just
all
making
good. How
sure
you
it was
doing,
you.
sweetie?
I'm doing good. How you doing this morning?
Yeah. Nah, shit, I'm at work, working my ass off, sweating my ass off.
Oh, I know how that goes. It'd be hot too if you're in the South somewhere, and if you're in a warehouse of any kind.
Nah, I'm right off the beach. This shit hot regardless.
True. That humidity ain't no play.
Shit, again, it look like it's like a low tide right now. I don't know. Yesterday was low tide, so that shit's starting to come back in a little bit. Like I'm right off the water. Shit, shit,
Did you
hot as
see
a
what
bitch.
had
How you
happened
doing,
between? Did you see what had happened between the lemon and baby mama Brina thing?
man? Man, I was up there for a little minute. You feel me? Cause I was vibing on that shit, but I had missed it because I was on my way to work.
Oh,
I
so you
heard
went on your
about
way
it.
to work and come back and go, what the heck just happened here?
Nah, I ain't even catch it. I didn't even. You feel me? I had came back and then I had left again. You feel me? Cause when I went back up there, he was asking me what I did for work. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I ain't never get a chance to answer that. But I was gonna tell him if he wanted to know, he could have just went on my channel and it'll show you what the fuck I do. I really am not a one man type of trade. You feel me? Like I got hustle. You feel me?
It's always good to have a hustle.
I always been taught to. You feel me? You could. I ain't. If a man come to me hungry, bitch, I'm finna go. We finna buy some fishing rods, bitch. We finna go fishing. Teach her how to fish, nigga. You ain't finna keep asking me to feed you. Bitch, go
And
ahead and
teach
fish.
you doing that thing where you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. You give a man a fish, he only eat once.
Right, that part. Yeah, I'm gonna show you something that's special. You feel me? Yeah, but I just be cooling though. Trolling these folks from work while I'm on here.
Trolling. I be trolling on the streets.
Where that? Yeah, I was on Bimp shit. Yesterday. I was on Bimp shit. I went on. Oh man, I don't know. I be making my round.
I like Bent Block. He's pretty cool. I like his panels. I just don't be jumping
Nah,
up on it.
man.
Anybody
Cuz
can get
funny.
it.
Hey,
Anybody
cuz
can get
funny.
it.
Hey, but look. You gotta know how to talk though. You gotta know how to talk. You know, like when I went up there, he was like, "This intelligent thug." I'm like, "What you mean, a Negro?" Yeah. I ripped that shit when I went up there. He was like, cause I was like, I'm accepting applications. He was like, application for what? I said, woot de woo. He said, what's a woot de woo? You know what a woot de woo is? You feel me? And he was breaking that shit down. That shit was funny. He was like, all I can say is woot de woo, woot de woo. Feel me? It's just his voice. His voice is funny as shit. You feel me? How he be saying shit. That nigga animated. But he
Do
cool.
you have
Off of,
wired headphones in right now?
yeah, that's why, cause they keep rocking back and forth, and I'm in
They
motion.
crackling like a mofo.
Oh, I'm sorry, motherfucker. You're in the matrix. I'm like, nah, these motherfuckers keep rocking back and forth. Just still and do what I'm doing.
I can't hardly hear you, and that's why I keep going, hum.
Hold on. My bad.
Ooh, sorry about that. We can't hardly hear you that well because your headphones are crackling, and then it's because you're at work and everything. You can't help all that, but it's going in and out and all that other good, lovely stuff. Um, yeah, because you working hard for the money, so hard for you, honey. Look at that pretty view, y'all. Look at that pretty view. Look at the bay. Look at the bay. Look at all that water. That's beautiful, ain't it? That is so pretty. I'd love to be able to look at that every day while I'm working. See, I'm too far inland. We don't get to see all that all the times. We get to look at trees and more trees. That's a pretty, pretty, pretty view, though. Hey, Miss Lisa J again. Thank you for coming up though, because I know that you was working and everything, and I just want to thank you for popping up for a minute, because you know how that goes. I'm sorry about your bad connection. I wish, that it wasn't like that, but sometimes, well, you working, you out, you running around, you got headphones, but I'm going to go look over here and see who is live and see who we can go to. Oh, Lady Nika is live, y'all. I just refreshed. Our Lady Nika is live. The purple love. I love when she be wearing all her purple. So Lady Nika's live. If y'all want to go over there, I'm going to chill out today. I'm gonna see what's going on the streets. I'm gonna try to report back to y'all and tell y'all, give an update. Basically, that's basically what I do in the morning. I'm giving an update. I'm not as salacious as some other folks, and I don't try to put a spin on it. If I see two people saying two different things, I'm gonna report what each one says to try to keep it as neutral as possible. Oh, hey, Miss Sabrina. I was talking about y'all this morning. Are you and Lemon getting back together? Because, I was like, what? I had just heard that this morning when I woke up. I went to bed, and I got up, and I saw you over there on Miss Tracy's this morning. And I'm like, oh, my God. I don't know if they're getting back together or not. I saw you do your little interview with Tracy. It wasn't a long interview, but it was, it was enough to say what you had to say. I know you said that you wasn't in love with Lemon like that yet, that y'all was just talking, getting to know each other kind of thing. That's, I don't know if y'all getting back together, but we're going to find out what's going on today. If you want to hit the link, you can, to tell people what you got, your feelings. And if you, Lemon, and Just Krista ever want to do where y'all have a conversation, my panel is open for that. I am, I try to stay as neutral as possible with everybody. I want it to feel like a safe space over here. That's what it is. I was just getting ready to end, but if you wanted to, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I ain't pushing nobody to do nothing they don't feel comfortable doing. I also want everybody to feel comfortable. Now, I don't know if you and Miss JC have talked yet. If y'all gonna talk about it, if Lemon's gonna go live tonight, what's gonna happen, if it goes off tomorrow. Because Miss Just Krista was saying that her and Lemon was in a situationship, that they was talking. So I don't know what's going on there. You don't even know what's going on or what's going to see. That's why none of us know right now what's going to happen, because it takes all three of y'all have to have a conversation. Like, he has to have a conversation with you, and then he has to have a conversation with Just Krista, and you have to let your feelings be laid out on the line to know what's going to happen, right? Everybody has to do their part. Like, you've let it be known that you're interested in Lemon, right? Just Krista has let it be known that she's interested in Lemon, and now Lemon himself is going to have to say who he is interested in. Because I don't think either one of you ladies are going to be okay with him talking to both of you or trying to date both of you. I'm not sure on that. I don't think neither one of the ladies would be okay with that. Because usually when you say you talking to somebody, you want to be exclusive. I mean, that's just the way I feel about it. I mean, y'all could tell me if y'all feel different. Because some people, they don't mind if their person is talking to other people as long as there's not, emotions involved. But in this situation, there's supposed emotions involved. So we're going to see what happens. Miss Brina, I wish you good luck. Miss Just Krista, I wish you good luck. Lemon, I wish you good luck. Because this situation, we're going to figure out. Oh, so she knew you and him was still speaking, but then she said she didn't know. Well, see, I saw you in his chat a few times over the last few weeks. You're not in there all the time, but you still pop in there. I've seen you. And so I know you've been popping in, but I didn't know that y'all were still talking like that because, well, I mean, Lemon is good about, keeping a lot of times keeping some of his situationships off the YouTube street, So he don't always kiss and tell, if that makes sense. So I didn't know y'all was still talking. I knew you were still popping down occasionally in his chat, but you were just keeping distance and whatnot. You know, you pop down there and whatnot, and I'd see you in chat, and then, you know, this Just Krista situation came up, and I thought at first it was a play. I thought they were just joking. I thought that it was, you know, I didn't think they were real about it. I really, truly didn't until I spoke to Miss Krista the other day, and she stated that it was not a play. I thought it was a joke at first. I thought they were doing it just to be salacious, you know, because people do that sometimes. You know, I thought it was just to hype up Lemon and maybe his channel. I didn't think that it was going to be a huge ordeal. I truly didn't. And then come to find out, no, they were really supposedly talking behind the scenes and really talking about a relationship. So he still hasn't asked for your number yet? Like, I heard, and I have heard it, Miss Sabrina, that he ain't give nobody on these streets his number. So it may be that he's afraid to pop out his phone number. You know, it could be a possibility of that. And he just, the reason he wants to keep it on social media sites like Discord and Instagram is because, you know, it's until he feels more safer. Maybe he doesn't want to give people his cell phone number. I'm not sure. Oh, he just wants to speak on Discord. See, me and my man, we exchanged numbers fairly on, and we were long distance. We were on the internet. I don't know if you know that, but my husband that I'm with now, we've been together for 5 years, knowing each other for over 10. We met through the internet. We met through a little site called YouNow. We became friends. We joined a friend group on Skype. This was back in the Skype days before Discord, right? Way before Discord. And we were friends for like 10 years or something like that before it, you know, we've been friends for over 10 years or something like that now. I forget exactly how many years. It's been a long, long time. To the point that, you know, he was married when we first met, and I didn't take it that far. We just friends. And then, like when he was going through his divorce, I was there for him, like as a friend. You know, I'm going to say this to anybody that's in a relationship. You have one of three choices, whether it be a friendship or a relationship. You can either A, leave it the same, keep complaining about the same thing. 2, change it, get help, you know, talk about it, situation, make it better. Or 3, leave the situation. That's all you got. That's all your choices. That's what you got to do. And you've got to be the one to make that decision. I told him back then, you know, I'm just your friend. I'm not telling you what to do. But I'm going to say this. I don't know what's going to happen, Miss Sabrina, with you and Lemon and JC, but I do believe you all three need to have a conversation, put your feelings out on the line, and Lemon's going to have to make a decision, whether he wants to be with you or whether he wants to be with Just Krista. You know, he can't have his cake and eat it too now, Lemon. You can't have your cake and eat it too, child. You know, you got 2 women who like you or whatnot. I believe that's you know, just like Miss Tracy was saying this morning. Once y'all have y'all's conversation or whatnot, and Lemon decides what he wants to do, I believe that'll be the best course of action. You know what I mean? So Lemon, you got a hard decision to make, brother. I'm just saying, my brother from another mother, you got a decision to make there. You got 2 ladies who like you, and you know, you got to make this decision. And do you want to stay with Just Krista, or do you want to talk to Sabrina more? Like, which way you wanting it? You know, Sabrina says that she's just gonna wait and see what happens, because he wants to speak to both of you, and he gives his answer. She'll go from there. So she's just like, I'll be cool either way. Let me know. Just let me know. You know, don't play with me. If you want to be with me, let me know. Am I right, Miss Sabrina? If you don't want to be with me, let me know. I just need to know. I'm on a need to know basis. Okay? And I need to know. because I'm a part of the situation. Now, just Krista, if you're in the skybox, baby, and you got anything you want to say, you can, because I think you need to come out on the streets and tell your feelings. Would you be okay if he chose Miss Sabrina? And Miss Sabrina, would you be okay if he chose just Krista? Like, and Miss Sabrina said she'll just walk away. You know what I'm saying? If the situation comes out that he wants to be with just Krista, she gonna walk away. She just wants to know your feelings, Lemon, and how you feeling and what you want. That way she'll know and she gets, a definite answer. Because I know that most of us women are like that, right? We want to know what's gonna happen. Like, tell us, talk to us, keep us informed. We don't like no man playing with our feelings like that. I know me, myself, and I don't want no man playing with my feelings. I want to know, is you for me? Are you with me? Are you against me? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? I want to know if you really about me or you about somebody else. And I hope that the situation gets worked out soon, that y'all are not left hanging on who he wants or what he wants. Lemon, don't be no player. Nah, I'm going to give you some advice. Don't be playing no player, play a role. Let these ladies know. Let them know how you feel. And even if you choose nobody at all, it's your choice. Lemon, you have one of three choices right now. Sabrina, JC, or no one. That's just the way it is. Or if there's a fourth party involved we don't know about that pops out of the woodwork, says, I want to be a choice number 3. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying at this moment, with the people we know that's in it, all right? And you got to tell these ladies how you feel. Whether you decide to do a live today during the middle of the day and just keep it short and sweet, or if you do a live tonight, I know you said you wasn't going to, because Teleport Tuesday takes a lot out of you. Okay. I don't think either one of the ladies are going to be cool being a side chick. They want to be the main one. So I'm just saying, you got to talk to these ladies and tell them how you feel and what's going on. Now, here's the point. If you're talking about the ladies, but y'all haven't decided to be in a relationship and you're trying to fill out which one that you like more, if they're okay with that and you're okay with that, that's up to y'all. But a lot of women ain't gonna be okay with that. Just saying. I myself, when I found out a dude I was talking to another chick, guess where they went? Block list. Guess what happened? I ghosted them. Bye. Holla at you. They was more important. Bye. I don't play that game. Either you really gonna get to know me or you not. So we're gonna see what had happened was in retrospect. But I just put it out there. If Miss Sabrina, you would ever like to do an interview on my channel, just let me know. You can hit me up in the comments of this video when it ends. Miss Just Krista, if you would like, same thing. Lemon, if you would like the same thing. I'm equal to all parties. I have no harsh feelings towards none of the parties. I'm what you consider a neutral person in this section. So I just want the best for all of you. I hope this works out. I hope y'all figure out what y'all want in life. Because life is, life is life. But if y'all ever want to, just hit me up with a date and time that you're free underneath this video, and I'll let y'all know. Now, tomorrow is the only day that I am not completely free. I will be free later in the day because early in the morning I got to take my mama to her doctor's appointment, and got to do that. So tomorrow morning I will not be on at my normal time. I will be on a little bit later. I'll make sure that before it does, it's set up at least 30 minutes before I go live, or try to anyway, so that everybody gets their notifications. But yeah, I'm gonna be busy tomorrow. So that's all I got to say. Y'all have a blessed day. Miss Lady Nika is live right now. If y'all want to go over there, I'm gonna refresh, make sure ain't nobody else popped up since I last went, looked. Dobie Milton, Room Shaker, Jackie O the Baddest. She's live right now. Ness is live. And Law and Crime Network's doing something. So, I'm trying to, everybody that I'm subscribed to, I'm trying to make sure they all get they, stuff. Oh, and the Good Putty Cat is live over there, at the Good Putty Cat Tabernacle. The Good Putty Cat, her name is the Good Pussy, but I don't say that. I always call her my Good Putty Cat. That's what I've always called her, but she's over there and she's live. And Sabrina, if you ever want to do something, like, just let me know. All y'all, I'm shouting it out. I hope that, and the Hood Table said it sounds like the overplay for the underplay in her cooling voice. Y'all have a good day. Bye.
I'm from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction, this was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Adder Street. And holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Adder Street.